I'm like, what the fuck happened? I thought maybe like C4 blew up or something. But we were on the ground for a good hour and a half, if not more. And we had traffic diverted behind these buildings. And what ended up happening was a van dropped somebody off, and he came out, walked through this little alleyway, the one I was supposed to be looking at, but my commander fucking had me turn around and give him my radio. He was wearing an S-vest, suicide vest. And the guy to my left noticed him come around, told him to stop. As soon as he said stop, next thing he knows, he said, just turned into a pink mist. And he was at that time, he was probably about 20 feet from me. If he wouldn't have seen him, he probably would have came all the way up. But I was like this, handing my radio to my commander. I remember flying over him, hitting the ground. I'm like, what the hell happened? Ringing ears, have no idea what's going on. The medic, I landed right next to their medic, the medic that I stopped. Like, I stopped that whole convoy. Yeah. And she's freaking out. She's like, brand new private. First tour. She's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. She's shocked. I'm like, hey, come on. What's going on? What happened? Where's my weapon? What's this? What's that? Then one of my buddies came around, seen that I couldn't get up. Like, I tried pushing myself up. I'm like, that hurts. So I tried bringing my legs, couldn't move my legs. He ended up putting 2 tourniquets on my left leg, stopped the bleeding because I got hit in the femoral. Then he drugged me, put me somewhere. He kept doing his rounds. I'm still confused. I'm trying to find my weapon because I hear gunshots going on. I don't have my radio anymore, so I'm not sure what's going over the radio. Then not real sure what happened from there. I know I was one of the last ones to get loaded on a vehicle, the very last one, and I got called up as just regular throughout the 9 lines, whatever you got.
Like routine priority.
Yeah, routine. I got called up as routine.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, I'm a hard ass. Yeah, I'm okay. I really have no idea what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
I get loaded on the vehicle. One of my best friends, he's on his gun. He drops out, hey, buddy, I'll be okay. And he wiped my face off, and he realized it was me. And he lost it. He dropped out, and he started, like, bawling or whatever, and, like, dude, what the fuck happened? I said, get the fuck back up on your gun and do your goddamn job. Don't worry about me. He still tried to talk to me. I'm like, I yell at somebody next to him, like, kick him in the dick, get him up on his gun. Like, that's more important. I still not real sure, but then I was sitting there, I'm like, wow, this hurts, looking around. But I remember the last thing I told my wife at the time was, don't worry, I'm too stubborn to die. And I looked at my forearms, I got my kids' names on there. And I think that's what actually really kept me there. Because I think I should have died, but I didn't.
Well, I heard, and it could have been Jess telling me, but the only injury I heard that you had when I found out was a broken leg. So a suicide vest went off. Somehow I heard something about a broken leg. So what actually, I know you're trying to explain a little bit, but so it was a suicide vest? Because you said you have ball bearings, right?
Yeah, some 15-year-old kid was wearing a vest it had bearings, marbles, just pretty much all round objects, whatever they could pack it in there. I got hit with over 50 entrance wounds of mainly BB size, a little bit bigger than a BB. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got hit with. But another buddy of mine, he got hit with a marble in the back of the knee, and I think that was the biggest, was like a marble. Now, if it was a marble or what, I don't know, but most of them were steel, I guess, but I don't know how many pieces stuck in me, and I don't set off metal detectors. I don't know.
But I think that's a plus.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But no, I didn't even break my legs. Nothing in my legs were broken. You know, wearing our vest and everything, that's our most exposed, so that's where it took most of the brunt. But I had my arm up. Well, it was actually this arm. And you have that little open area in your vest.
Yeah, yeah.
So that allowed something to hit me there. I hit my lung. I had one in this bone, whatever, your upper arm bone. What the fuck it's called. Yeah. But yeah, that was the only bone that was broken. Oh, in my face. I got hit here and it shattered my eye socket.
Really?
Yeah.
I see the dimple.
Yeah, it was hit there. It actually pushed some bone out right here underneath my eye. Tore my retina, and now I have like a bunch of little floaters.
Yeah,
so it's like looking through a soccer ball.
What the fuck?
But I still have 20/20 vision.
Fuck, man.
I still see everything.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, yeah, everybody's like, how can you still see that? I'm like, I don't know. I just pick it through like the little things. I'll tilt my head this way and it'll go that way so I can see it.
That's terrible.
Yeah. End result was I still got my fingers and toes. My nerve was hanging out of the back of my knee and my right leg. So I lost a lot of feeling. Well, all feeling in my right foot. Couldn't curl my toes. Couldn't move my toes at all. That was my biggest thing. I remember on the plane was like, "Is my foot there? Check if my foot's there." And this medic, he had to be so tired of me because we were flying. Oh yeah, I'll get into that then. Because I remember when I got loaded in the Striker and went through the whole thing with my buddy, like him finally realizing it was me.
Yeah.
They took me into Kandahar, which we were right down the road. I got unloaded off my Striker, and the medic's like, "Whoever called you up as routine needs to get fucking fired right now." And they took me straight into surgery.
Yeah.
Because my femoral got hit. And the only reason that I didn't bleed out was because that dude put 2 tourniquets on me. By far, the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. I'd rather get blown up again and again and again than another tourniquet.
Yeah, I believe it.
Tourniquets suck. Horrible. Horrible, horrible pain.
Right.
And she freaked out that I was called up as routine. And they put me in surgery. And you heard of ketamine?
No.
Like Special K, like the drugs that people do on the street.
Oh.
It's like a horse tranquilizer.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's what they used on me. Don't do it. I recommend whoever's listening, watching this, do not do ketamine. It's horrible.
Because what's horrible about it?
It gave me the worst trip of my life ever.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
okay.
like, I know what's going on. I understand. I got hurt, this, that, and the other thing. So I'm laying on this bed, right? And you see all the TV shows, they're wheeling these people down the road or the hallways. Yeah. And doctors all looking over them, this, that, and the other thing, talking about it. So my vision was, the old school doctors had them like big circle discs on their head. These are some bitches' eyeballs. Some had 2, some had 6, 1. And then you got these crazy arms. And they're talking some crazy language. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, English, speak English. And then, I get thrown on this conveyor belt. And then all of a sudden they start, small piece, like fingernail. Then they take off that top tip of the finger, joint by joint, piece by piece. Until there's nothing left of me but a pile of skin. And they put that pile of skin on another conveyor belt going back the other way. And then they start putting me back together. Meanwhile, I'm kind of understanding what's going on. Robotic aliens, crazy looking son of bitches. I get to the end, and I got my foot up here. I got my hand down on where my foot's supposed to be. I'm like, well, this ain't right. They start making some kind of talking noises. They put me back through the whole thing over and again. End result, I come back through, and I'm back together, and I wake up 2 days later in up north, Kandahar. What was up north of that? Bagram.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Woke up in Bagram. And they're like, hey, you're in Bagram. I'm like, well, what the hell am I doing here? I was in Kandahar 2 days later. I'm like, all right. Still had no idea fully what was wrong with me. Tried getting out of my bed, and that's what ended up tearing my nerve. Because, just me trying to get back to what I was doing, figuring out where I'm at, I ended up ripping my sciatic nerve, and that really fucked up my foot. But the SF guys came in, met all their top ranking, came in and gave me some coin, this, that, and the other thing. Hung out with them. Yeah. But apparently, I was still awake. I woke up in Kandahar. I don't remember any of this. Was talking to my chaplain for 8 hours. Bullshit with him. A few other people. Have no recollection of that. Not even slightest. They gave me a tablet. I looked back at it a few days later. I'm like, holy shit, what was I trying to say to these people? I sent some stupid messages, some crazy, just random people I haven't talked to in years. It was just letters.
Oh my God.
Because I was so hopped up on painkillers and this and that, just not in the world. They threw me on a plane back to Germany, to Landstuhl, and oh my God, that hurt so bad. I had a catheter in. So they got me off the plane. They're wheeling me through the hospital, right? And they turned me into my room, and the tube of my catheter got
stuck. No.
Do you remember any of the doorknobs in Germany? It's not actually turn knobs, it's the little levers.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So my catheter got stuck on the doorknob. And this nurse is just like, what's going on? Let's get stuck. I'm like, hey, screaming at her as loud as I can. Like, stop. I don't know what happened, but she ended up ripping that son of a bitch out. Oh, my God. I'm in tears. And she's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I couldn't even talk. And then she sees the catheter hose laying there. She's like, oh. She left. I never seen that nurse ever again.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she got fired, but she just didn't want to come back and see me again. Like,
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
No, I've never had a catheter, but that just sounds extremely painful.
No, like I've watched it happen. Like it's stuck on the door. It's stuck on the door.
Yeah.
Stop. Unhook it. No, they just pushed right through it. But oh boy.
All right, so let's slow down a second.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good because everything was good. I just want to go back to okay. So you initially get hit, you fall down. So you had no idea what happened.
No,
you were laying there.
Yeah, I thought either like when the tires blew up because I was real close to the vehicle that was rolled over, or maybe some of their explosives inside went off because I was just at the same exact spot 2 years beforehand because that's where I was deployed the first time. Like, and I went into it very, very complacent, the wrong way I ever should have went in. Like, I was just there. I know what's going on, this, that, and the other thing. I talked to friends that have been in the same area. Nothing to worry about. We're good. So I had that mentality, like just the wrong mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
what they teach you not to have, and you get overconfident.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I had no idea what happened.
Do you remember the blast? Do you remember hearing it? Do you remember?
I remember everything except for what I was doing at that exact moment. I had to be told what I was doing. That was handing my commander my radio. I remember flying through the air, hitting the ground, looking for my weapon, everything, trying to get up. To my buddy coming over, putting like, damn, you're fucked up. Put tourniquets on me, drug me around. And then when I got back to the fob, when they pumped me full of ketamine, that's when it stopped. And I woke up a couple days later because, I was in surgery for, I think he said 9 hours, to do whatever they had to do. Like, because they had to cut my boots off because of my swelling. Like, I guess just that fast of a traumatic injury, my whole body swelled up. That was hit, which was, like you said, pretty much hips down because that's what's most exposed.
Yeah. So
they cut my boots off. They gave me what was called a bilateral fasciotomy. From knee down to my ankle, I got a scar on either side of my leg, both in and outside of my leg. And that's from the doctors pretty much. They stuck a knife in, cut me straight down just to relieve the swelling.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what is this, straight blood like pooling up in you? Or?
No, whatever the swelling fluid is. Like,
okay.
When you get hurt, like your finger swells up or whatever that is. They were pumping that out of me for weeks upon weeks because all the injuries, just all the ball bearings and BBs and stuff that went through me, it was always just body's trying to correct itself, trying to put that into it and flush out whatever's not supposed to be there. So they had to cut me and pump all that out because it was producing too much of the swelling fluid for them to do any kind of work.
Right.
Yeah.
So the blast goes off, you land. What hurt first?
My arm when I tried getting up, because like when you first get up, you try to push yourself up.
Yeah.
It was it actually broke my arm. So I'm like trying to push myself up. I'm like, oh fuck that, my arm hurts. So I tried doing it one arm, and I tried bringing my legs together, and I couldn't move my legs really. Like I don't know if it was just the injuries to them, the body just kind of like shut off feeling to it or what it was, but I couldn't really move my legs. I don't remember that.
But they didn't hurt.
No, not at that time. No, not until you put the tourniquet on. Yeah. I felt that one.
And you said it was your buddy that put the tourniquet on?
Yeah, one of the other section sergeants. He was just on the other side of the vehicle, and it just so happened I was the first one he found. And if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now.
Did you get to talk to him after this, or?
No, not really. Kind of like he stayed in country, because all he did was he took one to the knee, didn't even know it. So he ended up staying in country, finished out the deployment, and when he got back, without me knowing, like my daughter wrote him a letter, and to him because I told her the story how he saved my life and everything. So my daughter wrote a letter to him. So when he got home from deployment, like just I don't know if he didn't want to really see us or know how to react to it. Like it hit him when he read that letter from my daughter. So he just kind of kept his distance. Never really got to talk to him much. Hell, I haven't talked to him in probably 5 years, 6 years now.
So who put the second turning?
He did. He put them both on right away. Because the first one didn't stop the bleeding, so he put another one on right away.
Yep.
Yeah.
No shit. So after you're laying there, 2 tourniquets, you said you got dragged into the striker and your buddy came down. He was like,
yeah. Because when I got hit in the face, my left side of my face was shattered, all bloody. And he didn't know it was me until he wiped my face off.
Oh, so your face was covered in blood.
Yeah. And when he wiped my face off, he realized it was me. And like I said, he was freaking out, like, because we were good buddies. Our wives were real good friends. Actually, when this happened, his wife and a few other wives were over at my house. Jess was making dinner, lasagna, and they knocked on the door when they were all still there. Like, yeah, so that kind of sucked, I guess. Like realizing how deep it actually hit home with, because all the wives were kind of like, oh shit, they're all together. How are our husbands and this and that? But I'm glad they were there at the same time and kind of help Jess, deal with it all. But once he wiped my face and realized it was me, like I said, he freaked out and like, dude, do your job. That's what we're trained to do, because we're sitting next to each other in a firefight. One of us gets shot. What are we trained to do? We got to keep going.
Yeah.
So get back up on your gun. We're lead truck, because I know we're lead truck. Get up on the gun. Who knows what's going on? I'll be all right.
I just want to stop for a second and just say how impressive it is going from first deployment playing bumper cars to you're blown up. You have fucking BBs and ball bearings in you. You got 2 tourniquets on, and you're calling out fucking, you know what I mean? Like that's something that you don't really, looking at it from an outside perspective for somebody that's never been in the military, they'd be like, that's fucking brave.
Yeah.
But you were just doing it.
Training. It's my job. It's training.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's
so
not even
instilled.
second nature. It's first nature. That's what
It is.
But you're still not conscious of the fact that you're as fucked up as you are.
I still had no idea how bad I was. Like I said, I knew I couldn't pick myself up. That kind of registered in my mind. Like, all right, you kind of hurt a little bit. Then tourniquet, like that kind of focused my mind off of everything what just happened. Like, wow, that tourniquet hurts real bad.
Yeah.
So I think my mind was so focused on that I kind of forgot what the real life situation was, and I didn't really look down because
right.
I don't know if I didn't want to know or it just hurt too bad that I wanted to look at it. But like you said, we got to worry about the end result. Like keep focused, keep your eye on the target, keep going. Because if you're down here looking at me, we're lead vehicle. You're not looking. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Are they done firing at us? Because we don't know. When they dropped that dude off, they went around and they started shooting back at the convoy with AKs. So we shot with our 50s. They kept going, but how are we supposed to know if that's it?
Right. Yeah.
Or if there's more down the road, this, that, and the other thing. So,
but still, like most people, again, from like a civilian perspective, they're like, okay, I'm out of the fight at this point. I'm gonna lay down and let somebody else handle it. But you know what I mean? In that situation, even though you may not have been completely conscious of what was going on, complete situational awareness, you still had other situational awareness where you're like, all right, I gotta fucking tell this guy to get back up on his gun because nobody's manning it right now.
Yeah, right. And I look at, like, when I got back and I thought about it, I was like, out of all my soldiers that were there, like, because I had 4 soldiers underneath me, right? One of which just had a baby. All right, so this is his first deployment. He's just figuring out the Army. He's 20, 21 maybe. At this point, I was 26, 27, I think. So I lived my life-ish. I kind of lived my life. In my mind, I'm like, all right, I did an honorable job. I'm okay with it. If this happens, it happens. I'd rather it happen to me than one of these guys that haven't experienced their life yet. That they're just growing into it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all right with what I did. I'm okay with it. I'm ready for it. If it happens, it happens. Rather me than one of them. Because I don't know if I would have been okay with coming back and losing one of my soldiers that just had a kid where they didn't even get to meet yet.
Yeah.
Where my kids are, at that time, they were in school already. They're older. I got to enjoy a few years of their life. They get this and that. And leadership role, that's just how we are.
Yeah. You get that father mentality.
Yeah.
It's very quick. It's very, as even at that time, I'm sure you thought, okay, 26, 27, that's old. Or
Yeah.
if you did, you're like,
Yeah,
whatever. But looking back on it, I'm sure now you're like 26, 27. That was fucking young.
Yeah.
That was young.
Yeah.
But it's still, again, hands down impressive to sit there and say, especially looking back at your younger self, to make a decision like that, to say those things.
Especially with our background, like what we came from back in, we started with high school kids,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, we spent some time together in high school, like, nah, that's not him. Like,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but everybody grows up at some point.